Welcome to Neat Bytes, and today we see a question from Biotechnology Principles and Processes. In that we see about agarose gel electrophoresis. So before discussing about this question, so let's learn what are the techniques involved in the agarose gel electrophoresis. So the agarose gel electrophoresis, the electrophoresis is a technique in which the separation of the charged molecules under the influence of the electric field. So in the picture you are seeing is the agarose gel electrophoresis apparatus, so which is used for to separate the DNA. And then, so before doing this, we have to prepare the agarose solution. So the agarose is used as a matrix for the separation of the DNA bands. Actually, it is extracted from the seaweed, especially from the red seaweed that we call it as a Gelidium and Gracilaria. So here the agarose which get like dissolved in the hot buffer. So the filaments of this agarose will be cross-linked to form the gel. And then the pore size depends upon the concentration of the gel. So in the image which you are seeing is the casting tray as well as the combs. So in the casting tray only we'll pour this agarose, and then the combs which we place on this casting tray in order to create the wells. So in that wells only we will load the digested DNA samples, so which we have digested using the restriction endonuclease enzyme. And after the agarose gel, which was dissolved in the hot buffer, was poured in the casting tray carefully, so ensure that there should be no bubbles there, and it has to be left for 10 minutes so that the gel become solidifies, and the filaments of this crosslinks it forms the gel. And after 10 minutes the comb has to be removed, and then the DNA sample is loaded carefully on each well. So then the casting tray is carefully placed on the board, so where it is filled with the buffer. And then the red color wire that goes, so that is the anode, so which was connected to the voltage box, and the black color wire, so that represents a cathode, so which was connected to the voltage box. So the cathode has to be connected, so where the DNA sample has been loaded, and then the voltage has to set up, so that now the electric, under the influence of this electric current, the DNA molecules will slightly migrate towards this agarose gel. So the migration of the DNA depends upon the concentration of the gel. So the smaller fragments which can easily like goes through this pore of this agarose gel, and it can reach the farthest point towards the anode. And so the sample now moves from the cathode through the anode, because the DNA is negatively charged, so because of the presence of the phosphate on its outer surface, so it is negatively charged, so which we call it as the cathode. The separated DNA fragments can be seen after staining it with the ethidium bromide. So in the ethidium bromide, so when we look it under the UV rays, the gel which contains the DNA, so that will fluoresce, and it exhibit a bright orange color bands. So the separated bands of DNA are now cut out from this agarose gel and extracted from the gel pieces. So this step we call it as the elution. So I hope so now you have learned about this agarose gel electrophoresis. Coming back to the question, so during gel electrophoresis for separation of DNA fragments, so the answer is the smallest fragment will move to the farthest point towards anode. So that means the digested sample of DNA, which is smaller in size, will migrate very fastly, and it will reach the other end, that is towards anode. So whereas the larger fragments will settle just before that, the bands where we have loaded it in the gel. So the larger fragments will settle down faster, whereas the smaller fragments will migrate, and then it will reach the other end. So that is the point towards the anode. So hope you have understood about agarose gel electrophoresis. Stay connected to Neat Bytes. Thank you. So for more questions, stay connected to Neat Bytes. Thank you.